Assalamu alaikum. Hello everyone. Today we have another lesson in Mega Goal 6. Previously we talked about conversation. In the previous lesson we focused on conversation, but before that we talked about the meaning of the unit which is against the odds, and we said it means when something happens against the way we expected it. On page 24 we had a conversation. In the conversation lesson, we focused on many things. Firstly, we talked about the meaning of the word conversation. We said that it means when two people or more are discussing something, sharing their opinions and ideas about any topic. This is called conversation. After that, we listened to the conversation twice. We explained the highlighted words, and we after that also explained the new phrases and the new expressions. Then we moved to the real talk where we explained the highlighted words, and the last part was about regarding showing your surprising by using some of the phrases and some of the expressions. In the last part, we learned how to show how surprised we are by using 6 different expressions. This is how the first part looked, a conversation between Ahmed and Fahad. They both talked about how coincidence it is that they both live in Jeddah and they meet each other in Beirut in the same college. We talked about some of the expressions, like the first one here, which is I couldn't place your face. We talked about the meaning of this expression, and we said that when you read I couldn't place your face, it means that I couldn't recognize, I couldn't remember who you are. We usually know that the word place refers to places or areas or locations, but in this expression it is used to mean recognize. I couldn't place your face, it means I couldn't recognize your face. After that we have another expression which is I can't get over this. That means it is stuck in my mind. I can't take it out of my mind. I can't forget that thing. It is, or I can't get over something is I can't forget it. Then we answered some of the questions about the conversation. Number 1, how do Ahmed and Fahad know each other? Number 2, what unexpected coincidences are revealed during their conversation? Number 3, how does Fahad feel about the coincidences? And the answers for these questions are as shown here in this slide. After that, we had the real talk. We have 4 words and phrases. The first one is iffy, which means uncertain. Break, number 2, means a significant opportunity. Number 3, on cloud 9, means extremely happy. And the last one, freak someone out, freak me out, freak him, freak her out, means to shock or disorient someone. After that, we learned how to express our surprise by using 6 different expressions. How about that? I can't believe this. I can't get over this. I'm speechless. No way. That's incredible or amazing. This is hard to believe. And the last one is what are the chances? Today we are going to focus on 2 skills. On page 25 we have 2 skills, number 6 and number 7, pronunciation and vocabulary. In the first part, which is pronunciation, pronunciation means the way we say a word. The way we say a word. In every pronunciation lesson, we learn some ways and techniques of pronouncing some of the words either in casual or informal situations. Today we are going to focus in a way where we say the letter T, or where the letter T is taken out from the word in the casual speech. So now we will go ahead and listen to the explanation for the pronunciation of the word when the T is left out, and then we will listen to 5 sentences where each one of them has a word that has a T which is left out.
Page 25. 6. Pronunciation. Sometimes consonant sounds are left out in casual speech. For example, when a word with a final T is followed by a word that begins with another consonant sound, the T is often left out. Listen and practice.
1. They are identical twins who, at birth, were adopted by different families. 2. The first meeting was emotional. 3. I thought my heart was going to thump out of my chest. 4. I just dropped the phone. 5. The strangest thing of all is that we even have the same recurring dream.
Okay, now we have 5 sentences where in each one of them we have a word that has the word T, or sorry, the letter T that is taken out when we say the word. Okay, but when do we take out the T from the word? When do we not say the letter T from the word? When we have a word that ends with letter T, then after that comes a word that starts with a consonant letter. We know that we have 2 types of letters, vowel letters and consonant letters. The vowel letters like A, I, E, O, and U, and the consonant letters are the rest of them. So when we have a word that starts with a consonant letter, the T is left out as shown here in each one of these examples. Number 7, we have vocabulary building. In the vocabulary building, we have 7 words or 8 words that were extracted from a paragraph or from an article. And you are asked to match these 8 words with their definitions or their explanations. On the left side, we have number 1, detectable, number 2, disoriented, number 3, exhilarating, number 4, haggard, number 5, hallucinating, number 6, intact, number 7, reception, number 8, startling. On the right side, we have A, remaining whole and unharmed, B, imagining things that are not real, C, very thin and tired, D, able to be found, E, the quality of radio waves received by a device, F, very surprising, G, causing a strong feeling of excitement and happiness. The last one, H, is confused. Before we start explaining these words, we will listen now to an article where we find these words within the contexts. I want you to pick up your pens, open your books on this page, and listen carefully to the article. And I want you to try to guess the meaning of these words on the left side from within the context. Now we will go ahead and move to this page where we have an article that is called or titled as Survival Against the odds.
Survival against the odds. Beating the odds is always a great feeling. Just ask anyone who has been accepted to a selective college or unexpectedly won an athletic event. But beating the odds is never quite as exhilarating an experience as when the odds are against your survival. Tammy Oldham Ashcraft knows this feeling. At the age of 23, while she was sailing the South Pacific, Ashcraft was caught in a violent hurricane. The 50-foot, 15-meter waves overturned her boat. Ashcraft, who was below deck, was knocked unconscious. When she awoke 27 hours later, the boat had turned right side up again, but the storm had been so violent that the sails were destroyed, the motor was dead, and the radio was lost. Only the rudder, which steers the ship, was intact. Ashcraft was badly injured and disoriented. Determined to survive, Ashcraft created a sail from scraps of material and charted a path to Hawaii, which was 1,500 miles, 2,400 kilometers away. Traveling only 2 miles an hour, Ashcraft reached her destination 41 days later. Having lost 40 pounds, 18 kilograms, during her ordeal, Ashcraft was thin and haggard when she arrived. However, she was happy and grateful to have beaten the odds. Ashcraft, who still sails, eventually told her tale of survival in a book called Red Sky in Morning. Another such tale of survival against the odds can be told by Eric Lamarck, a hockey player who played with the French national Olympic team during the 1994 Olympics. One day in February 2004, Lamarck set out for a day of snowboarding in California's Sierra Nevada mountains. But by the end of the day, Lamarck found himself in a life-or-death situation. While looking for a good place to snowboard, Lamarck lost his way and ended up in the wilderness at the back of the mountain. Lamarck, who had expected to just be out for a couple of hours, had no food, very few supplies, and his cell phone battery was dead. All he had was a seemingly useless pocket radio. Once he realized he was lost, he decided to keep moving. Unfortunately, he chose the wrong direction, and over the next few days moved farther and farther away from safety and rescue. Knowing that eating snow lowers body temperature, Lamarck ate only tree bark and pine seeds. After a few days, Lamarck had an idea that may have saved his life. He turned the pocket radio into a kind of compass. He noticed that whenever he pointed the radio in a certain direction, the reception for a local radio station grew stronger. Using this radio reception as a guide, Lamarck switched direction and started walking towards safety and ultimately rescue. For days, Lamarck struggled through hunger, freezing temperatures, and 12-foot, 4-meter deep snow. By the 8th day, Lamarck was so weak and his legs were so frostbitten that he could no longer walk or even stand. He was in such bad condition that he began hallucinating that his situation was just a video game. He recalls thinking, "The game is over. Let's reset it. I give up." Lamarck was at the point of exhaustion and death when he was found by rescuers in a helicopter. Although he lost his legs to frostbite, Lamarck's survival experience left him with more of an appetite for life than ever before. After being fitted with artificial limbs, he vowed to go snowboarding again, only in the future he plans to be much better prepared. Occasionally, some owe their survival not to struggle, but to nature. Take the startling case of Mitsutaka Uchikoshi. One ice-cold October day in 2006, Uchikoshi had been with a group on a mountain in western Japan. After wandering off into a field on his own, Uchikoshi tripped, hit his head, and was knocked unconscious. As Uchikoshi remembers, I was in a field and I felt very comfortable. That's my last memory. He remained unconscious in almost freezing temperatures without food or water for more than 3 weeks. When he was found in the freezing field 24 days after his fall, he did not seem to be breathing and had no detectable pulse. His body temperature was nearly 30 degrees below normal, and his organs had nearly shut down. Doctors assumed he was dead. Yet something incredible happened while he was at Kobe City General Hospital. He woke up. Even more incredibly, Uchikoshi, who was treated for severe hypothermia and blood loss, made a full recovery. Doctors believe that Uchikoshi's body went into a state similar to hibernation. In hibernation, the body temperature of an animal is lowered, and its breathing and heart rate slow down. Hibernation reduces the need for food and protects animals from damage to the brain and other organs. Stories like these remind us that even when we are in a situation that seems impossible, we should never give up hope. After all, there is always a chance that you will succeed against the odds.
Okay, now we've just listened to some stories that happened against the odds. Now we will go on to the vocabulary building. Now we went back to the vocabulary building, we listened to the article, and we tried to guess the meaning of these words on the left side. Now we will start with the first one, the word detectable. When they talked about the pulse of that person, they said detectable pulse. The word detectable means something that can be exposed or revealed. So the answer of the first one, detectable, means something can be exposed, something can be revealed, something can be found. So the answer is D. Number 2, disoriented. We say or we call something disoriented when it has a sense of losing its way or its destination. We say that thing is disoriented by so and so. That means it has lost its destination. That means it is confused. The answer is H. Number 3, exhilarating means being happy or making someone or something that makes someone happy or fill him with joy. So the answer is G, causing strong feeling of excitement and happiness. Number 4, haggard means pale or weak thing. And the answer is C, very thin and tired. Number 5, hallucinating. When someone is hallucinating, that means he is thinking about something that is not existed. He is or she is creating something is not real in his mind or in her mind. So the answer of number 5 is B, imagining things that are not real. Number 6, intact. When we call something intact, that means it is fit, it is in order, in a good shape. So the answer of this word is A, remaining whole and unharmed. Number 7, reception. Sometimes when you go to the desert or to some area where your phone doesn't work, you say, my phone doesn't have a reception. So the word reception here related to the phone and the way you, that you don't receive any calls or you don't receive any messages because you lost the reception. So the answer of this word reception is E, the quality of radio waves received by a device. The last word, startling, means something stunning, something amazing. So the answer is F. This is the last part of our lesson today. Thank you all for attending, and I wish you enjoy the rest of the day. Assalamu alaikum.